All right, welcome everyone. If this is your very first success meetup, welcome. And if it's your 15th or 20th, still welcome. So these success meetups, you can find the registration for them either right within kvCORE or from within our Facebook group. So those are two great resources for ongoing training. So definitely recommend that you check out our Facebook group if you're not in there. That is where you can see the upcoming schedule. We post the topics in the Facebook group like the Friday before. So if you want to come to like a specific topic, you can definitely do that. And then we post the recordings in that Facebook group and then also on our YouTube channel. So we have this curated playlist on our YouTube channel that I'll post here for our live attendees. There you go. And so you can see, we've done over 100 of these. They're pretty fun. So the way it starts is we have about 30 to 40 minutes of something planned, and then we open it up to Q&A. So you can feel free to ask any question you want at any time. If it's off topic, we'll usually hold it until the end, but feel free to chat in whatever you have. Sometimes we'll unmute people, and sometimes we won't if we've got bigger groups. But it's a good time to get to know. And sometimes they're more technical, sometimes they're more strategy based. This one's just kind of fun, just to add a little bit extra expression into the way that you use kvCORE, right? We all use emojis. Emojis are not going away anytime soon, right? And so it is just a good, fun way to kind of make yourself be different or noticeable, right? And so first thing to know is that while there are a lot of places that you can use emojis within kvCORE, you can't create them within kvCORE. Right. So if you are like sending a text message in real life on your phone, you can just add in emojis. If you are making a Facebook post in real life, you can just add in emojis right from there. But when you are utilizing kvCORE, unfortunately, we don't have like a KV or an emoji kind of generator. So that's the first thing to know. You can just do a quick Google search on emojis, copy and paste, Emojipedia, Emoji Keyboard. All of those would be good ones. So emoji copy paste, that's perfect. This is the one that I use and was going to recommend anyway, is this Get Emoji. It's just, I find it really simple to utilize. So I think it's super simple. So that's why I like it. So getemoji.com. If you are live, I will put a link to that in the chat. There you go. And it looks like this. So those little squares are just ones that I haven't loaded fully, but I just find this to be a really easy kind of resource to make sure that I can find what it is that I'm looking for, right? And I also use these just whenever I want something kind of fun, okay? So definitely save this. I even have it on my bookmark bar. So it's just whenever I need it, it's there for me. All right, so that's the one thing to know. We don't have emojis within kvCORE. You need to find some kind of like outside resource in order to get help there. All right, so let's just dive in and start experimenting, right? So there's a couple places that you can use emojis when you are in kvCORE. And so I wanted to be able to point those out to you. The first place, oops, sorry, I have my other page open and I'm trying to get to a resource to share. It doesn't want to load. There we go. Okay. So let me zoom in. That's pretty tiny. So emojis are a great way, again, to kind of express emotion. Obviously, that's what they're for. So you can kind of express yourself. So one place that you can use them is in communication, right? A little bonus is that if I have any company admins on the line, company admins only, you can post here in this company announcement section and you can add emojis in here. So if there's something like specific that you need someone to see, or it's like, extra important, you can do that from there. You could also add it into the actual content of the post as well. So both of those would be just fine to utilize as you are making announcements. So that's admins only, but everyone else, all of this is for you. So let's talk about our communication. Reminder that you can pre-create some communication when you create templates. So templates are a great place to use emojis. So to create new templates, those exist within marketing and they're kind of tucked into our smart campaigns because they're part of our smart campaigns. You can go in here to the template. So in the center, add in some templates and we can create new ones. You could also find one that's already here and add emojis to it. So like this 1 month post close email, this is going to go out to people that are on your closed smart campaign. And so if we wanted to kind of edit what they're going to see there, we could do that from here. So we could either clone this template and add some emojis in there. So, okay, this is post close. So let's celebrate. One thing to point out with emails, you cannot put emojis in the subject line. I tried it like 5 different ways, didn't work. So you cannot put emojis in the subject line. So we don't want to put them there, but it's been a month already and I want some kind of like excitement face. So I'm going to just search these emojis here and just like excite and see what shows up, right? So starstruck, a zany face, a shaking face, a biting lip, like, okay, sparkles, that seems fun. So we're going to click on sparkles. And it shows me what the emoji looks like. I like this site because it shows me like a couple other options. If I'm like on Facebook, it'll look like this. If I'm on a Samsung phone, it'll look like this. So just kind of fun. But all I need to do is copy this. I don't need to highlight it. I can. So if I'm more comfortable highlighting and then copying or using any of my keyboard shortcuts like Control C or Mac Command C to copy, I can do any of those. I'm just going to click this copy icon. That's my favorite thing. So I'm then going to, it's been a month already, put my cursor where I want it. And then now I can, for right click and click paste, or I can, click Control V as in view or Command V as in view. And I actually just saw something. I haven't noticed this before. So I right clicked and it gave me this emoji option. Oh, so I'm learning on the fly with this. That's super cool. I'm going to assume those work. I don't actually know. So I am going to test this. We're just going to do some cakes. We're just going to celebrate. And I'm going to name my template so I know. Right? I pride myself on constant improvement. I want to be the best real estate agent out there. Do you have any feedback you'd be willing to share? Right? So I might then do like the praying hands or, anything like that. So that would be, how you can like personalize an email template a little bit more. So now I'm going to clone this template. And now if I type in emoji, because that's what I named my template, there's the emoji test. Well, that's what I did earlier, but here's the emoji one that I just made. Okay, now this is how I knew you could not send emojis in the subject line. It won't work. You can do the same thing with text messages, right? You could find a text message that you want, like second holiday New Year text, clone that, definitely add some emojis in here. Ooh, same thing. You can do that right click. Ooh, I'm super excited. I haven't tested this, so I am going to, oh, I'm super, oh my gosh. This might just be on a Windows. I'm not a Mac user. I don't know if someone is a Mac user, if you could try this out and put it in the chat. I'm nerding out over here. Oh my gosh. Yeah, it looks like a Windows thing. It might just be a Windows thing. So sorry, Mac people, you have plenty of other cool stuff, but that's super cool. Oh my gosh. Okay. Anyway, so I was using this Getmoji, but apparently you can right click and there's an emoji option now, and I'm super stoked on that. So we're going to clone that template. I'm going to also put my initials in here just so I can find it as we send it out and clone that. You can also create new templates, right? So same thing, I create an email template. I'm going to name it for myself. So this is going to be, the second emoji test. Add my subject line, and then I write out my content. So there's lots of ways to add emojis into kvCORE. So you can create new templates via either text or email. You can also clone and edit templates that already exist. If you want to do anything kind of like pre-created, then you could definitely do that. You could, one I didn't test, so let's try this now, an email. We also have our advanced email editor. So I'm not 100% sure if this will work. Let's just throw a quick one together. And it would probably be, there are icons, but the icons are just those stars. And you can change the image. So I wonder, nope, okay, it has to be an image, like a picture. And let me try one more thing with us. Add some text in here. Let's add our sparkle emoji. Just kind of test that out. And preview. Yeah, so it should work in the advanced email editor as well. That's great. I'm going to test that just to make sure. Make sure I spell emoji correctly so I can find it. Okay, that's templates. That's pre-creating things. So now when we're communicating with our leads and our contacts, we can always create on the fly, but we can't make templates on the fly. So if I want to email one person or email 100 people, I can either use a pre-created template or I can send them something I'm just going to make right now. And thankfully, it all works the same. So whether I have a text template or I'm just making a text, either one will allow me to send emojis. So I have James here, and I can send James a text, and I can use one of those emojis, canned response templates that I made. Oops, sometimes it does take a couple seconds for templates to be ready. I just like to hit refresh for us. Thinking about refreshing. There we go. All right, so we've got James here. We're going to go ahead and send James a text. Looks good. There's where I got really excited. We're just going to send that out. Just send it to them. And then we'll go send them an email as well. All right, now just to look at that, we're going to look at James and look at his detailed record. Oh, and he was unsubscribed from text messaging. Okay. But that email did go and went just fine. So super cool. All right. Let's see, let me subscribe them to texts. There we go. Send text. Try that again. Oh, and it doesn't like it. Okay. Very cool. So emojis are a great way to add that personalization. It's the way that we usually text people and what we're used to. I personally, with texting, I like to just write my text. So, oh, and I'm going to pick someone who is not James, who is subscribed to texting, so we don't run into that same issue. Hi, Whitney. And then we'll just put in some sparkle emojis and send that on its way. And I just think it just looks more authentic. I know I use emojis often when I'm texting in real life. So it's just a good way to add kind of that personal touch. Now, you might disagree with me. You might feel that emojis are not professional, and that is fine too. That's one of the beauties of kvCORE is whatever you want it to do, you can do. Yep, there we go. Very cool. All right, so emails, text messages, emojis, good to go. They do not work in email subject lines, so that's good to remember. Some other areas that you might not know that you can also put emojis. In our lead engine section, yes, you can use emojis. You can use them specifically when you're creating a landing page. So landing pages are registration pages for like a single piece of content, right? So give me your email address for this exclusive list of homes. Give me your email address for my downloadable guide to buying a house with low inventory. Give me your email address for an educational video on the market in your area, whatever it is, but that's a landing page. We have a ton of training on how to create them and different ideas for how to use them. So we're going to start building this landing page right here. When you are creating a landing page, you have, in a nutshell, you want to think about what makes a house, like if you're doing a list of properties, which is what I'm going to demo here, you want to think about like what is going to make this list of properties something that people want, right? So luxury listings over $1 million with an ocean view, equestrian properties, things like that. So you want to think about, what is going to make this like a hot property, right? So for me, I am just going to pull a quick list of San Diego properties with a view and a fireplace, just kind of real quick. This is lead generation. I'm going to hashtag these properties with a view. Get the list now. That's perfect. The URL after login. I just grabbed a quick search on my website of properties with a fireplace and a view. And my background image, I'm just going to leave it as the lady. She's lovely. She's thinking about properties. She looks like she wants a view. And these are buyers. So very, very quick. If you want me to go deeper, I will after we're done with emoji talk. But what I want to show you, let's find an emoji that indicates view. I don't know what this might be. Moon viewing, a window, a telescope, right? A sunset. Ooh, I kind of like that. So let's do a cityscape at dusk because I like that one. And then I might also do like an ocean view because I didn't tell it what view. So we're going to do both. And yeah, that works. A water wave. Okay, so I've got my two emojis ready. So in my landing page, looking for properties with a view. All of these San Diego County homes come with one, right? And then I might do, just for the sake of time, just kind of delete those. But in any of these spaces, you can add emojis, right? And then I'm going to add this ocean one. Right, so I've kind of got like my ocean view and my city view, just a quick landing page just to kind of make it stand out a little bit more. So something to kind of like add some fun. I could add eyes, right? Looking for a view. I could do the guy with the magnifying glass. I could do like there's so many fun things that you can have with landing pages. And the idea is, you want to kind of capture capture what people are looking at. So like here's another one that I've used in the past: Southern California luxury living, and I have diamonds on it, right? So a variety of architectural styles, free weekly updates, see the list now. So just another example of a landing page that I've made with some emojis in them. And then I save my landing page, and then I share it out in the world, Facebook, LinkedIn, wherever I want to put it, and get some leads through this landing page. So landing pages are kind of a fun place to put emojis that you might not have known about. Some other ones would be in your website. So on your website, specifically when you're looking at blog content, so not these custom pages. I tested that out and it doesn't flow. So custom pages does not work, but blogging does. So if we look at my kvCORE website, and my blog is under this Your Agent section, and we look at the blog posts. So you can put emojis in the subject of the blog, and you can also put it in the content of the blog. I know I am very, very creative here. So we can look at both of those things if you wanted to add in some kind of like fun insight. Just again, another way to catch attention. So blogs are going to be seen when people are on your website, on your kvCORE website. So one, they're on the home page. So they're on the home page. If you scroll kind of down to the bottom, there are your latest blog posts. So your latest 4 blog posts are showcased right there for you. You can also include blogs, or blogs are also included when you look at search alerts. Sorry, I was blanking on the name. When you're looking at search alerts, that is also where you will find your most recent blog posts. So those will be there as well. You can also see your blogs when you are up at the top of your website under your agent. So if someone's trying to get to know you a little bit more, that's how we found our blogs today. So you can find those there. And for my admins, again, admins, you can actually set your settings to inherit your blog posts from your agents. So if you want your blog posts from all of your agents to show on your office site or your company site, or to leave your team site as well, you can set that. So that way you're not, doing the blogging. It doesn't push down, but it does filter up. So you can inherit from your agents. So that is kind of a cool thing that you could do as well. Let's see. Those are the places where you can use emojis when you're in kvCORE. And I just think that's kind of, again, a fun way to kind of make things different, add some personalization, help you stand out, help you be a little bit more personable. And so those are emojis in kvCORE. So that's it for my prepared content for the day. What questions do you have about emojis, about kvCORE, about anything that you want to talk about? Let's open it up. And I'm going to go through. I'm going to change the settings now so you can all unmute yourself. You don't have to, but I know some of us would rather talk out loud. Some of us do not want to talk out loud, and I'm not going to make anyone. Any questions for me? Cool. Well, I'll hang out. If there are more questions, I'll stop the recording. If you are watching the recording, you can find the new sessions by scanning this. You can also find new sessions in our Facebook group. You can also look at our live training calendar to find the new sessions. You can sign up for just one session or a whole bunch of them. If you do want to know the schedule in advance, you definitely want to, like the topics in advance, you would definitely want to join our Facebook group. So if you have not joined our Facebook group yet, I do recommend that. Let me put that link into the chat, and I do see some questions, so that's great. So here is our Facebook group. So if you have not joined that yet, definitely join that. That's where you can see the upcoming schedule for the next week. It's also where you can find the recordings. We post them in there as they're done. And you can also find the recordings on this YouTube playlist. Let me chat that out, and then.
I don't know who needs to hear this, but college shouldn't take 4 years anymore.
Oh. We got some in our Q&A. Can you search the YouTube page? You sure can. So we have our whole page, and then what I like to do when I'm searching here, I use it's a little kind of tech tip for you. So if you are on a PC, you will hit the control button, CTRL, control. And while you're holding that, you will also click F. And that is going to give you this little finder box up at the top. If you're on a Mac, you're going to hit the command button. So it's kind of like the square with circles on the corner, that's command. So you'll hit command F to get this same as a finder's box. And so this is the best way to search this playlist specifically. So for example, we talked briefly about landing pages. So if I just search for the word landing, there's building a landing page for downloadable content, landing page strategies. And I can use this little arrow to find the other ones. Earth Day Special, recycling your kvCORE landing and squeeze pages, leveraging PDFs with landing pages, text lead landing pages, and landing page ideas and how to use them. So we've got a bunch in there. Yep, and if you want to know more about like smart campaigns, if I type in campaign, we've got 8, smart campaign basics, smart campaign part 2, create your own. What happens when a smart campaign ends, building a smart campaign. So that's really cool. If you're looking for a little bit more direction rather than just kind of going through this and seeing what's interesting to you, we do have another curated playlist for you. And I'll put this in the chat too, once it loads up. This is Mastering kvCORE. So this is taken from that big list of success meetups. And so this is landing page, multi-property squeeze page, those smart campaigns we just looked at. So this is like a little bit more specific if you're still kind of starting your learning journey. That advanced email editor, so you can look at that too. Every way to add search alerts, custom website widgets. So this is a really, really good playlist for those of you who have taken the basics, are still feeling like you need some more guidance on the how-tos. Great playlist here. Any other questions? Keep them coming, keep them coming. I'm gonna take a water break. All right, well, you are free to go. I'll hang out for a little while longer if any questions, pop up into your mind. Have a great rest of the day, and I'll see you all online. Thank you.